Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, we got a very special guest tonight. It's Halloween week, people, and tonight we have a special guest. As you can see, Mr. Michael Myers has decided to join the set, and we're gonna chop it up tonight. We're gonna talk about current events, everything that's going on around the world, locally and abroad, and have a good old time. Michael doesn't talk very much. From time to time, he does. But tonight we're gonna chop it up, and along with a very special guest. You might have recognized her from a previous show, Miss Maria Perez. So she's gonna join us tonight. We're gonna chop it up and have a good old time. Glad everybody can make it. Salute to our big bro, Mr. Dominic LaRuffa. I always mess up his name. Tasty Chicken, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. We see you. Good evening. So tonight we're gonna be touching on various topics. Also, with our special guest, we're going to talk about her business and things that she's getting into. She's definitely on a different journey right now. So I hope everybody can enjoy, and hopefully we're going to have a good show. Salute to Michael Myers, Zenobia Mercado, and my son fools, Josiah and Asa. You better behave yourselves. Michael, you ready to start, man? Give me the thumbs up if we're gonna run this track. Damn, he's not even gonna give me the thumbs up. All right. Good evening, everybody. As you can see, I have a very special co-host with me tonight, Mr. Michael Myers. This is our Chop It Up segment. I hope you all are ready and strapped in as we throw out many different topics and have an open discussion. You can put your comments in the room or questions in the room. Make sure you go over to our YouTube, like, share, and subscribe. And tell a friend to tell a friend. It's all about real people telling real stories. So we hope you enjoy the show tonight. Michael, can I get a thumbs up to run this track? Oh, man. Well, I'm going to run this track and we're going to start the show. So without further ado, here we go.
Holy shit.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Mr. A.
Miguel Myers in the building. What up? That fucking mask is hot. God damn.
And this is the set 6145. Tonight, we welcome our special co-host, Miss Maria Perez, onto our Chop It Up segment where we talk about current events, everything going on around the world, and anything that comes to mind, really. So I hope everybody's strapped in and enjoy the show. Make sure you add your questions and comments into the chat. We can see people are coming into the room. The regular schmegular all the way up in Ohio, Miss Angelica Reyes, we see you. We're glad you're safe after that fire. Watch yourself and be careful. We need you here. All right. Miguelito, what's going on, brother?
Shit, I feel like a cuchifrito right now with the fucking hot lights on me. Holy shit. But everything's good, man. Been a while since we able to chop it up. We've been in respect to our guests. We've been having their time, giving them their time, and feels good to have a chop it up. It's been a while.
For real. Salute to Mr. Ben Still Envy. We see you. The Sunset Park Facebook group, the most popping one, actually. So yeah, it's been a while. It feels like it's been a while, right?
Yeah. Probably not that long, but it feels like it's been a while.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how's the tip going?
Yo.
For a second, just to see how it feels.
How's that going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. It's funny. I wanted to bring this up real quick. About a month ago, I was kind of like, stagnant, right?
Yeah,
I felt like,
yeah.
Probably like the last Chop It Up after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the park. My boys had a championship in Cambria, Queens.
Mm-hmm.
And two gentlemen approached me out of the blue. They're Facebook friends, whatever, but it was kind of like shocking because it's not really like my circle of people that I be around.
Right.
And they were like, "Yo, man, we love what you guys are doing there," et cetera, et cetera. I was like, "All right, what shows you like? Oh, I like the financial literacy. I like the, this and that." I'm like, "All right, cool." I'm like, "You know what? This makes it worth it when you get one good news is better than 10 people not subscribing that are supposed to be your peoples." So
That's a fact.
you know what I mean?
That's
I'm
a fact.
glad we're here for that.
You felt reinvigorated.
Yes.
The energy is back.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of back, salute to our guy, Mr. Johnny Chavez. We see you. It's crazy because we've had conversations about this in the past. I can't tell you how many times I wake up and I'm like, you know what? Fuck this, man. What am I doing this for? Nobody cares. Let
Right.
me let them stay with with the love and hip hop bullshit and the gossip. This show is not about that. This is about bringing some real good energy to the people, bringing information, and just connecting with everybody. And then something happens, like you just said, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, I got to keep doing this. There's a purpose behind this shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We'll get there. We'll see. We set our goals as far as why we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, that one positive message, those two positive messages that they oversees all the negativity. So he's just keeping it positive and keep pushing forward, man.
Yeah. Speaking of positive, I want to give a shout out to two gentlemen. First, I want to give a shout out to my guy Brandon, all the way on the West Coast. He runs a podcast called the PVR Life Project, and he interviews people from all walks of life. He also does live streams, like the live stream gaming stuff. I don't know too much about it. I just know that it's a thing, mainly on Twitch. But positive vibes and relaxation life is his joint. And you know what? It's dope because again, there's varying personalities. Right now, he's regrouping, and he's going to be getting his redirection on, if you would, podcast. So he'll be back with some more content. But check him out over at the Burnt Egg Roll or the PVR Life Project. My guy out on the West Coast, man, check him out. He's a really good dude, and he has a great show. And then another gentleman that I was fortunate enough through my partner here to make this connection. Our guy Dom. Dom does a show every Tuesday. I believe it's at 7 p.m. And it's called There Goes the Neighborhood. Now, what I'm going to say is I'm going to add a little asterisk to this. Dom's show is not for the faint of heart. And what do I mean by that? Is that he speaks the unmitigated truth, unfiltered, like he's just real. So if you want interesting and eyebrow raising content, come check out our guy Dom at There Goes the Neighborhood. Right here, you can see it. Like, share, subscribe. He has a great show, and hopefully, we're gonna have him on the show. No?
Yes, we're working on some things, and he does a lot of recorded stuff. He's looking to do some live stuff soon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, he's definitely gonna come on soon, and we're gonna work something out for sure.
Real. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we bring out our guest, I think this is something that I wanna discuss, not only with the room but with my partner here, and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Sully, the verses, Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One. Now, on first watch, all right, let me stop this. On first watch, right, when I first watched it, I was like, wow, Big Daddy Kane is not going to be able to hold his own, not hold his own, but compete with the catalog that KRS-One has, right? Because KRS-One's catalog is pretty extensive, right? So at first appearances, I was almost going with the wave that KRS-One was manhandling him to a degree, pause. But when I watched it again, that I was able to just, watch it on my own, I have to say, man, Big Daddy Kane, to me, performance-wise, I think he won this. I really do. And you know how I feel about Big Daddy Kane. I mean, when it comes to Rakim, and we've had this argument for years since we're teenagers. That should have been the verses, and I think it would have been more interesting. But I really think that Big Daddy Kane outperformed KRS-One. What do you think?
I mean, it's, you know, Ali Frazier, you know, if it's him and Rakim, for whatever reason they didn't have it, them two. I don't know, you know, if from what I understood was Big Daddy and KRS were able to freestyle more than what Rakim would have been able to. I don't know how true that is. But you know what? I don't ever, to me, when I watch these, I don't think who won, who lost, because I always feel like we always win. I always win because it takes us back to our days of, you know, it brings back a lot of memories. You know, I got goosebumps watching certain, you know, and they perform certain records and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, Big Daddy Kane, I mean, 50 something years old. He's in tremendous shape. I mean, you know, his win, you know, he was hanging,
stamina,
cadence, everything was, I mean, he was on point, you know. I mean, he actually, like, you know, even the DJ, like, you know, he was murdering Kid Capri. Like, it was just like almost like Big Daddy called the dogs off. Like, all right, chill, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know if you saw that part when he started doing, like, you know, killing Kid Capri on the set, like mixing, and Big Daddy was like, nah, just keep it moving. Like, we ain't doing that, you know. So and you know, the respect Big Daddy had when KRS was on, he would, you know, they would fall back and let him do his performance. You know, it was to me, like I said, there's no winner and loser. It was just a great night. And I mean, who would you look forward to seeing on the verses? Like, who would you want to see?
I mean,
and I asked everybody in the room the same thing. Who would you want to see in the verses? It doesn't have to be hip hop. It could be anything.
Yeah, who does the room want to see in the verses? I'd be interested to know that.
I'll give you mine real quick.
Yeah, please.
Public Enemy and NWA.
Speaking of two sides of the coin, a real Gemini situation, because that's night and day. Public Enemy and NWA. I think that would be the illest, because you're getting NWA's approach to how they did their music, because them and Public Enemy are in the same lane. They both have the same message, you just speak it differently. Right? I think that would be fucking tremendous.
I think NWA is like a spawn, almost like an offspring of Public Enemy, right?
Oh, so, for sure.
Yeah.
But again, it's more street, where, you know, Chuck D was saying things that you had to listen to again.
Right?
Yeah, you had to listen to it again, and you had to be somewhat educated or sophisticated to know what the fuck he was talking about, because he used to use a lot of historical items and politics. NWA was just like street, you know, common speech.
I was seeing like Burn Hollywood Burn. I forgot Big Daddy was even on that.
Yeah,
and
man.
Ice Cube. I was like, wow.
And he had one of the most tremendous verses on there. Like his verse on that song is crazy. What I will say is, before we jump off this topic, which I don't want, I could talk about this another 25 minutes. The one thing that I wish KRS-One had did was brought out Just Ice and did going way back.
Right.
Because that song, forget it.
Yeah.
You know?
Honestly, I wanted Big Daddy to bring out Marley Marl. I mean, he brought out Roxanne Shante, but he brought out Marley Marl. That would have just been like, you know, but it might be some tension there still. Who knows?
Probably. Who knows? Business is funny, man. It's real funny. But I really think at the end of the day, it should have been Big Daddy Kane, Rakim. I think they should have just gave us that, like, not a versus, just them doing what they did. I think that would have been tremendous. It just would have.
And I heard Coogee Rap declined because he was like,
I'm old.
Nah, he's like, he's Coogee Rap. Like, he feels like he's better. You know, like he's like one of those guys that's just better than them.
Yeah, that's,
you know, so.
Yeah,
you know, almost like it would water down his legacy if he went out as a feature.
Nah, come on. I mean, I hope that's a rumor, but he's Coogee Rap, right? You can't really, you know, but all right, let's move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome our very special co-host to the show. As I said before, you might recognize her from a past show. She came on here with her partner, Miss West Side Chick, and her clothing line, and they both discussed their businesses. So the set wants to welcome the one and only Miss Maria Perez.
Hey guys, how are you, Sally and Mr. A?
Yo,
How you doing, Maria?
It's been a long time, guys.
what's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me back on your show. I see you guys doing amazing things. I'm
Thank
what proud of you guys for
Thank
real.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Before we start, Ben Still Envy said Mellow Man Ace versus Pitbull.
What?
Say what?
Yeah, nah, that's
Oh, that's crazy. So if you missed the episode, you should definitely go back and watch it. We had Miss Maria Perez and her partner come on and talk about their businesses. Maria Perez is in the health and wellness sector, and her partner does a clothing line called West Side Chick. But Maria, welcome to the show. We're so glad to have you back. What's been going on with you lately? Let's catch up a little bit.
Oh man, it's been hectic, man. This year has
Really?
been so much changes, right?
Yes, very
Massive
much so.
changes. So I'm just trying to adjust with new things. New products that I have launched out on my Moonbeam Healing Shop. Definitely going hard on just expanding my business with pop-up shops and just really reaching out to the community, which I'm going into meditation groups and meeting other people, as well doing the same line of work. And what I'm doing is helping other people find themselves and love themselves. Some women are lost and need that self-love and things like that. So I've also went through a huge transformation a couple of months ago. Before I started my journey, like I was saying, if you catch that show, when was it? 6 months ago we did that, where I was talking about my journey. I started in 2013. I lost over 80 pounds and I wanted cosmetic surgery because after having two kids, you lose the elasticity from your skin, right? So there was still like skin that was hanging, and I was just like, you know what? I think it's time for me to get to the next, I want to do this next phase. Some women are against it, and it's okay. Everyone does what they want to do for themselves.
Right.
I chose because I wanted to do it for me. I was scared as shit, but that's not something easy to go through a procedure like that. Thought I was gonna die.
Did you get like a pack, like what's called like a mommy makeover type deal, or?
Yeah, I got a mommy makeover.
Oh.
And I'm really, really happy that I did it. I was thinking about this for more than 3 years. I used to talk about it to certain people, but a lot of people were like, you don't need that. You don't need that. What do you know what I need?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just sharing something what I want to do. And some people are just so against it. And it's just like, be open to other people, what they like,
Right.
And for me, I just stood quiet about it. I only shared it with a couple of people that, that I wanted to be educated on it.
Maria, sorry to cut you off real quick. I wanted to jump in here. Did those people have the same situations as you? Like, did they have children? Did they have,
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's every circumstance is different, and again, if that's what made you feel better, like I'm gonna have the surgery, then that's nobody's business.
I was just scared, like things like that is real risky. You going overseas, you hear crazy shit like women coming back botched. You can't sue anybody. You know what I mean? So you really have to do your research. You really got to know what doctor you choose that is gonna do your body.
Yeah.
And you just got to really do your research and know where you're going to get the procedure done. And I was really happy. I'm really happy with the results. I feel great. I mean, I always had confidence. I lost all that weight and I was like, you know what? I'm ready I want it. I'm 40 years old. I have my kids. They're grown. Esta doña is coming back.
Hey, listen. Whatever makes you feel whole.
And people think it's easy, and it's not. You still have to take care of your health, right? So before you do all that, you still have to be on a certain BMI. You got to take your vitamins. It's still in the health and wellness journey.
Right.
This is not like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to jump and do this. No,
Right.
you still got to eat right. You still got to, everything is.
Yeah. You have to make sure everything's in line before you go through.
It's a lifetime.
They're not trying to get a body on the table.
Yeah. Listen. Well, you know what? We're glad that you are here. One, we're glad that you're feeling your best. We know that this is just a small part of the journey that you're taking, and we wish you much more success in whatever you're gonna do going forward. But tonight, let's have some fun. Let's talk some shit. Let's have some laughs. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard, if you want a reference, just shoot your request in the room. I'm sure Miss Perez will be more than willing to share where she went if she does.
Absolutely. I definitely have a IG page just for women only who want more information.
What is it called?
Just sharing on how, what to eat, what to do, your hemoglobins, your iron levels, all that good stuff you need to know.
What's the name of the Instagram?
Latina Doll SX.
XS?
SX.
Oh, X. Oh.
2X, not 3.
Oh. I just threw myself out. That's crazy. All right. Latina Doll XX.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm not finding it.
It's SX at Instagram.
SX. My bad.
It's a Jessica Rabbit's.
Yeah.
icon.
All right. I see it now. All right. So everybody, I'm going to pull this page up and share it. All the women in the room, if you want to, you can go over to Maria's Instagram page, which we're going to share here right now. As you can see, Latina Doll SX, Sam Xavier at Instagram, and go check it out. Round 1, Mommy Makeover, open-minded women only, welcome, positive vibes only, haters will be blocked, wellness journey.
Hit the DM.
And you know it.
All right, so let's set it off. So our first topic is going to be, there was an accident on a movie shoot. I believe the movie is called Rust. It's starring Alec Baldwin. So evidently, one of the prop people gave Alec Baldwin a weapon to use, a gun. And evidently, they gave him a live round. How they did that, I have no idea. They cleared the weapon. They told him, listen, the weapon is not hot, meaning that it was safe to fire. And, sadly, one person lost their life. Another one was injured. So an assistant director unwittingly handed Alec Baldwin a loaded weapon, told him it was safe. In the moments before, the actor fatally shot a cinematographer. And yeah, so there's a few things going on here. One, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a looming strike for the people who work movie sets. So cinematographers, people who, they call them grips, that hold the long shotgun mic. So, you can pick up sound when people are having an exchange. Everybody who works on a movie set, there's a union that they're preparing to strike. And a lot of people were saying, that this was part and parcel to the reason that this happened. There's other people that are trying to just blame Alec Baldwin and saying that, he should have done better. He should have checked the weapon, blah, 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 blah. So I'm posing this to you guys. What do you guys think about this shooting? Do you think that, Alec Baldwin should have checked the weapon? Should he be held responsible? Like, what do you guys make of this?
You want me to go first, Maria? Or you want to go first?
No, go ahead, Sully.
Okay. From what I understand, 3 people had grabbed that weapon. Alex Baldwin and I guess 2 other people before him. I forgot the names. So, I mean, if they're familiarized with guns, then yes, they should have realized that the regular ammo doesn't fit in prop guns, whatever. So they have to familiarize themselves unless they don't know about guns. Now, do I think it was something malicious? No, I don't. I think Alec Baldwin is not going to put himself in a predicament like that to kill someone,
right?
Or hurt anyone. Do I have to think it was with the union? it's something, it's something that obviously somebody planted this in there
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
for
It looked like
whatever reason.
somebody like
So yeah, so it's something that was planted, and no one really, checked the stuff. But it was like 500 rounds of ammo found on set. So
Like 500 rounds were on set.
yeah. hmm
Mm.
So
Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah.
That's
So
tough.
that's basically. It's like it was an accident. We've seen it before. Like, wasn't Bruce Lee shot on the set,
And his son Brandon.
and his son Brandon, right? He had something on the set. So the things have been done before on sets. Is just how how did this happen? And there's going to be a charge. This is involuntary manslaughter, regardless.
Yeah.
So
But who deserves the blame?
well, that's the investigation is going to have to deal with that. Yeah.
Maria, what do you think about this?
I don't think he should be held responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a setup, to be honest. That's just how I feel. Just listening to it, I don't really know much, but that's how,
Yeah. There's not enough info on it.
Yeah, no,
like
it's
Sammy
not.
said.
Just a sticky situation.
My thing is this. You're working on a movie set. There's many moving parts, meaning everybody has a job that they have to tend to, right? Some people are dealing with sound. Some people are dealing with building sets. Some people are dealing with lighting. Some people are dealing with audio controls and video, making sure everything is running. Some, the cinematographer's in the camera, making sure the shot that the director wants is perfectly, like, everybody has a job to do. So if I'm in props, I should know, okay, we're going to do a shooting. I need to check everything and make sure that we're good to go, right? I don't think it's a matter of, let me just take this box and start stuffing bullets into this weapon because I know they're all good. I would imagine having the experience, because you just don't wind up in that job. You have to have experience. And in having that experience, safety is a big part of it. So you should already have the wherewithal to say, okay, before I hand this gun over, these are the procedures and protocols I have to follow in order to hand this gun over to this person and say, okay, you're good. So for me, in my opinion only, whoever handled those weapons and cleared them for use, I'm sorry, you're responsible. You had one job and you fucked it up.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't think Alec Baldwin should be held responsible for it, because he's an actor. He's there to act. He's not there to clear weapons, right?
That's true.
So I don't know, man.
He made fun of Trump. They're gonna go after his ass. He was making fun of Trump on Saturday Night Live. He's done.
Yeah,
that's definitely a setup.
It's really crazy. It's really, really crazy. But it's sad to hear that this woman lost her life. She was doing what she loved, and it's a tough loss. I'm sure her family's going through it. But at the end of the day, I really don't believe that Alec Baldwin bears no responsibility in that whole situation. I think the person whose job it was, they should be held to account. And, that's just a reality. Speaking of going after people, we're gonna shift gears and get a little, not political, but something that's happening here in New York City right now. I don't know if everybody's been paying attention, but the other day we had a protest and people were out heavy. I believe they blocked off traffic by the Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was really crazy. So it says here, they have a typo. Oh, it's Newsweek. They can't help themselves. Thousands of emergency workers blocked roads in New York City's Brooklyn borough as they protested against the city's vaccine mandate for municipal workers. Demonstrators included city workers from the FDNY, EMS, SDNY, and NYPD. Photos and videos show a large crowd gathering at the FDNY's headquarters in downtown Brooklyn. Protesters are expected to rally and march across the Brooklyn Bridge over City Hall. Now, you see, I've seen a few of these during the week. These people are really not hearing it. And so I think we were discussing earlier before we started the show. It seems like they have a strike protester, right? Like they're not going to work, so to speak, to get their point across, or?
Well, I mean, I don't think they're gonna flat out say they're not gonna work, but I think that already has begun from what people are saying that their garbage is not getting picked up, especially like people like Staten Island, things like that. I heard a lot of stuff coming out of there that the garbage been really slowed down, and you know 911 supposedly, so they're like preparing for the worst. Like Friday after Friday is supposed to be like get really bad out here.
Wow.
And I think about the Joker movie, the headline with the sanitation strike, and it's like fantasy comes reality. But yeah, it's just it's tough. I mean, I knew when I worked in the hospital, security in our contract, we couldn't strike, with the
Really?
1199. No, we weren't allowed to strike. So I don't know as far as policemen and sanitation workers, if they're allowed to strike or they're going in their day off. And I mean, I walked around a strike one day, and then my boss was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing." Like, I came to the cafeteria and they were there, whatever. But yeah, it was.
I'm walking here. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I'm fucking hungry. What do you want? But,
In a fucking sandwich, jerk. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's certain. Like I said, they took an oath, and this is people's lives are gonna be at risk. Besides, what they're saying their lives, with not taking the vaccine. So it's just a shit show getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
I hear that. Maria, what do you think about this situation? Do you feel that the workers are well within their right, whether they have a no strike clause or not in their union charter? What do you think? You think, is this a good thing?
I feel like they should go on strike. I'm listen, I'm vaccinated because I had to. I had to really honestly to accept for what it is. And I can't fight this battle alone anymore, even though I'm against it and I'm still against it. But how am I going to provide? You know what I mean? How am I still, my business is picking up, but I still got to invest in it. You know what I mean? So I got to work. And the only way I could work is if I'm vaccinated, right? Because everything now, all the jobs is mandating it.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get vaccinated and you leave your job, you're not getting unemployment either.
Yeah. Wait. If you're not vaccinated and they fire you, you don't get unemployment?
No.
Really? Really? That's I need to look that up. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
So it's like,
what?
All right, what can you do?
So you have like no say in the matter.
There is no more my body, my choice. You know what I mean? Everyone is giving up their rights. So now it's just like, all right, we got what can we do? What can we do? We have half people sleeping and half people awake. What can we do? We still haven't come together as one.
And those half people sleeping are fighting each other about Republicans and Democrats.
Dumb shit.
Wow, I wasn't aware of that factor. I really wasn't, because the reality is that you pay into, or the employer. I believe the employer pays into unemployment by you working, right?
Yeah.
Don't mind me right now because my brain's a little fogged. But my point is, that should have no bearing on your unemployment insurance. It absolutely should not, right? That's first off. Second of all, I've been saying this for a very long time, and people need to understand that. Forget about your political affiliations, your religious beliefs. Forget about all that.
Mm-hmm.
This is this country's government forcing you to take something that you have no, and I know everybody says, oh, you eat Doritos and drink Pepsi. That has nothing to do with nothing. Those are choices, right? This isn't a choice. They're making it so, if you don't, there are more consequences on top of that, right?
Oh, you can't go to restaurants. You can't do this. You can't go to the
fuck it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But what I see happening here in New York, whether you have it and you're for it, or you don't have it and you're not for it, whatever the case may be, the reality is this is the machine stepping against the people. They are forcing you to take something, forcing you. You have no choice in the matter. And if something happens to you, there's some colorful explanation. Oh, they had underlying conditions. Oh, we can't really say. You have no long-term studies on this. You don't, right? There's no long-term study of what this vaccine ultimately will do to people. And the more that time passes, the more shit we keep finding out. Oh, this guy said this, but we got his emails and he says that doesn't mean shit. Now,
God.
The gain of function, we weren't studying gain of function. Now we find out they were really studying gain of function. Every other day, something else is coming out. And now they're approving it for children.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't we just learn a little while ago that this was giving like young adults, like teenage kids, inflammation of the heart? Like, come on. I really believe that people need to stop with this. But I know we have to work. I know we all have to work. But as a collective, the people should not be allowing the government to do what they're doing right now. They never had their story. Think about this. When COVID hit, people were being forced to work in the hospitals, no hazard pay. The equipment was being stolen. Remember, this guy was stopping shipments, right? And you were made to be at work, and people were basically sacrificing themselves to go and try to help. So they were working. Now they're saying, well, if you don't take this needle, you can't work. Wait, what? Huh?
Taking their jobs away.
How do we let this shit fly?
Well, that's something the unions have to be getting involved more. I mean, Sammy Sierra's in the room. I'm sure he could, help with that. The unions have to be involved with that because, again, you mandated people to come to work and whatever the case was, and now it's like, all right, you got to take this vaccine or whatever it is, or you lose your job. I'm vaccinated also. I've said it before here. My son's disabled. I'm not gonna put him in harms. If this helps, this helps. If it doesn't, we've been fine, thank God. But it's just, how do you go from, you were keeping the city moving to now, like, all right, y'all got to take this or you're done. So it's like, I understand their grief, but people's lives are going to be at risk. Like I said, there's going to be fires or this and that they ain't going to get to on time, or which I don't think. I think at the end of the day, these guys are professionals and they might just be like, you know what, I'm going to handle this. But it's tough. They might not come to work. That's the most important. That's the crazy thing. They don't come to work, then you don't got the bodies. Then what?
Well, I would say this about unions now in 2021. Recently, I don't know if you guys know this, the head of AT&T, who's cool and friendly with Trump, that's his man, gave him mad bread, right? He's been trying to break up the AT&T union for a long time because he wants to send those jobs to India and all these overseas companies. Guess what just happened? They just found out that he was giving money to white supremacist groups. I don't understand, because the union heads are in bed with the politicians. They are, period. The people that work, you got to understand something. And Sammy, you could correct me if I'm wrong. The people who run the union, they don't care about their members. They don't. Because a union person, a representative, especially the upper echelon, like the management and so on, those people make wild bread, have amazing benefits. The union members, little by little over the last 15 to 20 years, even in the MTA, your medical benefits are getting reduced. Oh, you can't, you were getting all this Cadillac shit before. Now you're getting down to a Honda type benefits. And they don't fight for what the people that keep shit moving, what they want. And it doesn't affect them.
I've been in a part of the union for close to 20 years, different unions. And what I've seen and learned is they sacrifice some members.
Yeah. Yep. And, people need to get hip to that. It's good to have a union, but the union heads are not fighting for what the people on the ground want. That's what I see. That's my opinion. That's how I see it. Sammy Sierra says he's going to plead the fifth on that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5th.
All right, we're gonna move right along. All right, this next topic, this is a sticking one because this has been it's been out for a couple of weeks now, and I think that it's time that we finally spoke about it. Dave Chappelle's The Closer. Now, I understand that our guest has not been able to watch The Closer yet with her crazy busy schedule, but she will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift it towards the crux of the situation, which is about transgender people, right? So
Community.
Yeah, the transgender community or the LGBTQ community. So I'll start. Let me start with Maria. So,
Right.
Maria, you know of Dave Chappelle as a comedian, correct? You're familiar with his work. Okay. So let me ask you, do you feel that Dave Chappelle is transphobic, homophobic, or any kind of phobic, or has some sort of vendetta against the LGBTQ community?
Honestly, I've never gotten that type of vibe from him.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Do you feel that they're justified in saying that, he's transphobic and should be canceled?
People always like talking shit. People don't know how to mind their motherfucking business, yo. Keep watering your own fucking grass. Like, I don't understand where they come up with this shit.
Wow.
They got too much time on their hands. Leave the guy alone.
Well, they evidently took umbrage with the fact that he made jokes. Honestly, let me take that back. Sully, am I wrong to think that a lot of these people didn't watch the special and they're just like running with the crowd?
Well, that's the society we live in now.
Exactly. Yep.
That's the society we live in now. It's like whatever they're doing, or
I'm down with it.
Let me do what they're doing.
More followers than leaders.
Yes. And that starts from the top a lot of times. Like I said, sports figures, etc. People that kids look up to, and it's like, all right, look what they're doing. But yet they ain't leaders. They're just trying to, when shit is good. I hate to bring this up, but the other day LeBron James was going up. He was going at it with I forgot the guy's name on the Suns. Oh, you got to be humble and you got to be this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you was in the Garden and you was blowing the Knicks out and you was flipping bottles on us, you wasn't humble, my man. So let's keep it, be humble all the time if you're going to be that way. If you're going to tell people be humble, then you be humble and lead people. So that's, and I told my man, Alex, like, listen, that's part of my big reason why I don't like him. Because when he's part of the society of now, when shit is good your way, yeah, this is my way. But when it's not, no. We're growing up in like the shut up, oh no, don't shut talk. I don't like what you're saying. Don't talk to me. Get out of here. Like what? Like if we were in relationships, is that a good relationship or is that toxic? You know what I mean? Like we're gonna be like shut up every time you got something to say. Come on. Yeah, like it's crazy the world we're living in now.
Sounds like my wife.
Because you got to walk on eggshells with people. You can't be yourself. What happened to that?
No, you can't have opinions.
No, you can't, because people are always caught up in their emotion, their feelings. What the fuck?
And that I'm glad you said that, Maria. Let's discuss that really quickly. What I want to say is this: do you both feel that people today do not know how to be adults? Because I feel like we as a society have become children. It's me and Sally have been doing this show almost a year now.
Congrats.
Right? And we disagree a lot. We do. Mm-hmm. Me and him have heated discussions on the phone.
But that's good though. That's balance.
Right. But at the end of it all, the reality is,
you don't understand me.
The reality is,
surprise, motherfucker.
We still make it work. As much as we can disagree, salute to my brother, Mr. Benny De Leon. As much as we can disagree, we understand that we're still on the same page. And it's okay that we don't see the same, color. We don't see the same outcome. we have a different perspective, and that's what makes the show what it is. But I don't be like, all right, it was not, we'll figure it out tomorrow, right? This fucking guy, can't wait to get rid of his ass. It's not like that. Maybe for him,
but that's
maybe
a
he's
fact.
like, yeah, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker right now. Watch what I'm gonna do. But the reality is, we can disagree all day, but it doesn't burn the bridge, I guess is what I'm saying. Right? So do you guys feel like that's where we're at now? Everybody's reverted to acting like children?
Yeah, people don't want to communicate. People don't want to or they just be like, I don't want to argue. Nobody's arguing. Everyone is being expressive. This is what I believe in. That's what you believe in, and cool.
Right.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's good to have different opinions. Fuck if we were all the same. Boring.
Absolutely. And that's the society they're trying to raise. That's the society they're trying to bring us to. Everyone be black and one. You know, this is it. This is that. You can't be funny. You can't be rude. Rude is funny. It's not funny. You're mean. No, it's comedy. Like we have to be able to make fun of each other. Like we grew up in the block. We're going to Scotty's. This is our Friday night. We're going in front of the pizzeria. We're going to talk shit to each other about your moms and this and that. And if you can't take it, then you can't be around us. So you know what? But we'll do whatever for each other. You know what I mean? So, and like I said, me and Mr. A have our differences, but at the end of the day, we have our goal. And he might go this way, and I might go that way. As long as we get to that goal, that's what we want. And then we all, as individuals, we have our own thoughts.
Exactly.
I think that it's comedy. It's comedy. He's a comedian. Dave Chappelle is a wordsmith. He absolutely is. I liken him to Carlin. Like George Carlin was a wordsmith, and he had a way of taking real situations that he sees and putting his comedic genius to it and bringing it us in his perspective. Like, hey, you guys see it this way. Look how I see it. And we laugh about it because it's funny, because he's that good. With this situation, Dave Chappelle isn't being transphobic. You know, to point to the obvious and make it funny is just that. And everybody all up in arms who have watched it or who haven't watched it, I feel, have an agenda. And it's the same thing with how we communicate online. If you say something, it goes against our community rules and you get bounced, right? They're trying to condition people to speak the way they want them to speak in society and everyday life. So for me, I get a lot of heat. I get it from my daughter. Sometimes Sally's like, yo, dude, you can't say that. And it's true.
When I'm the voice in the room, that's a fucking problem.
For real. But my point is, you can't make everything an issue. Whether you looked at it or you didn't look at it, and you're not willing to talk like an adult about it, and let's sit in the same room and just, let's talk about this. Or you even explain what you mean when you say transphobic. Like, what does that mean? Because as I understand it, phobia means to have a fear of something. I don't think he has a fear of people who are trans.
Absolutely not.
Right? And just to put this out there, for the past 3 months, I've been trying to reach out to somebody who's trans to come on the show. Because I want to understand, what does it mean to be transphobic? You make a joke that means you're transphobic? Well, I don't understand.
Right.
Or if I say, Dave Chappelle said, those vaginas they have, it's like beyond vagina or impossible vagina. That's not blood, that's beet juice. Is that transphobic? Yeah, it's crazy. You have to make sure you see it. You have to see it.
I'm going to see it after this. Oh my God.
What resonated with me with the closer was when he said, they people pick and choose their fights, right? And he said, Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn Jenner and won Woman of the Year. Women should lose their fucking minds over that. Because they've been doing it their whole lives. Birthing children, raising kids. And this Bruce became Caitlyn, and I respect it, but Woman of the Year, that's where women should step up and say, yo, there's a problem here too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you feel? I'm going to ask Maria because she is the woman in the room. Do you feel men who become trans that are trans women? Do you feel like that's to a degree an insult to who you are as a woman, or do you feel like it's an attack on your womanliness or womanhood?
No, because I'm secure with myself.
Right.
And if that's what they, what they choose and they found themselves or whatnot, then that's what they choose, and I respect it. As long as you respect me, I respect you. Reciprocate. No judging. I still love you. Spreading the love. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. Like, no.
I respect it too. But Maria, this is my thing. As long as you're not fooling people and hiding it. If you're like, yo, I was a man before and I'm a woman now, you want to date me, now you know what's up. But if you know what I mean, we're in a world we're gonna hide. Oh no, I was a man.
No, they should definitely never hide.
Right? Isn't that deceptive?
Yeah, no, it is. You should definitely let the person know, like, I was born a man and I found myself and I wanted to be a woman. You should definitely tell people that. Absolutely. You can't be out here lying.
Let me interject. If you just joined
Halloween's coming, guys. Be careful out there.
If you're just joining the show, I'm your host, Mr. A.
Sally Sassong in the building.
And this is the set 6145. Tonight we have a very special co-host, Miss Maria Perez, health and wellness expert, and she has her businesses. And she's assisting us tonight in our Chop It Up segment, and we're discussing Dave Chappelle's The Closer. Now, you guys just opened up another can of worms, and we gotta talk about this. When I've asked or have had discussions with people, they have told me that it's nobody's business. Now, what do I mean by that? Like you said, don't be deceptive, and that you should put everything out, right? You should tell, right? Now, the argument I get is it's none of your business what's in their pants. Wait, don't hold on. It's none of your business what's in their pants, because then you're just reducing them to that. You should get to know them for who they are. And my thing is, I get it, because even us as people, the relationships between men and women right now are super strained behind all of this nonsense that's going on in the world. But I'm supposed to waste 8 months of my life getting to know somebody and loving them under the pretense that that person has 100% natural born product, only to find out 8 months later, because it's none of my business, that that's not the case. And they got Mr. Kanish instead of, whatever. Like, what about that?
Maria, that's all you.
No. No, that's wrong. That's wrong in I'm sorry. No, that's wrong. You can't be out here lying. You can't, and you're deceiving men. Like, no, you can't do that. I'm sorry.
But it's nobody's business.
No, it is my business. If I'm fucking you, it is my business.
Oh. If I'm fucking you, it is my business. Oh my God.
No, it is. No, you can't be out here lying. That's not right. That's not right. That's not right at all. That's not.
I think when you start a relationship, isn't honesty like the way to go, right?
Yeah.
You want to try to be like, put everything on the table. I'm not gonna bring those skeletons from before. I'm not gonna treat you like my ex treated me. I'm gonna give you a clean slate. I mean, that's how you should go into a relationship. But mine's is bigger than yours. Ain't gonna work.
Surprise, motherfucker! Surprise, motherfucker!
But let me ask you this. Oh man, the big sis just said, "Great show, love you, little bro. My friend got killed for that years ago. Not good.
Oh,
I hope they weren't killed like murder killed. Maybe killed verbally." First of all, here's another aspect of it. They're also saying that what Dave Chappelle is doing is violence. That his words, oh man, I'm very sorry about that, big sis. That his words are violence. How they arrived at that, I have no idea, but it's pissing me off because his jokes, they're saying, ultimately is perpetuating violence. It's influencing people to become violent. So let me ask this question. If Dave Chappelle's words can be painted as influencing people to violence, I now stand on, if that is the case, then exposing your community to children will influence them to become what you are. Meaning, I don't want trans lifestyle, LGBTQ lifestyle being taught to children in school because that's influencing them to become members of your community. They should not be taught about that. If his words can be interpreted or given the connotation that they're causing people to be violent against the LGBTQ community, then your lifestyle should not be taught. It's the same mindset.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You understand?
Yeah, I see what you're
It's
saying.
chasing your tail.
Yeah,
You're always gonna find something new, a new argument, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sticky situation.
But I mean, that's the reality. That's what they're saying. They're saying that his jokes are inciting people to hurt or kill.
That's some bullshit.
Then they could say Trump's words got people to rush the Capitol. So that could go for anything. I mean, that's we open a can of worms doing that.
Exactly. But the logic that they're trying to use, we can use against them, and they'll say we're being whatever phobic. I don't want you teaching LGBTQ anything to children. Children should not be learning about sexuality as children. Children should be learning about sexuality when they're older, when they have more sense, when they're more aware, when they're more developed. I'm not for this, oh, my kid said he's, a girl. My son Joseph said he's a girl, or my daughter Joanna said she's a boy, and I'm going to start giving them hormone blockers or letting them dress like opposite of what. I'm not for that. I'm sorry. Being trans or homosexual or lesbian or whatever it is, it's not and this is no swipe at anybody. Be who you are, love yourself. I respect you, you respect me. We're all good. However, when it comes to children, I do not think it is healthy because we are the parents. We are supposed to raise our children. They do not have the capacity to make those decisions as children. Because if that is the case, if you believe that, we should allow our kids to have cake for dinner and ice cream for breakfast. Right? Would you let your kids eat cake and cookies for breakfast if they told you? No, I'm posing this question.
I spoil my kids sometimes. Sunday, she could have some ice cream.
No. For breakfast. Mommy, I want ice cream for breakfast.
No, you got to eat your breakfast first, girl.
But why wouldn't you let her do that?
Because, it's not healthy. Things like that.
They don't have the capacity to make solid decisions for themselves, do they?
Nope.
Sally, you letting your kids eating freaking Halloween candy for breakfast and running off to school?
Ooh. Well, Jeremy's a sweet tooth. That boy be high. He be
hiding candy.
What? Hopped up on candy early, so I gotta hide it and lock it up.
Right, but as a parent, you're not gonna greenlight that.
No.
Right?
No.
So then why should we be greenlighting children telling us I'm a girl when I have a penis, or I'm a boy when I have I don't understand it. Because again, who's racing out there? It's no hatred. What I'm saying as a father, as a parent, children do not have the capacity to make life-changing decisions as children. That is our job to grow them, raise them, and guide them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, like my sister said about, she asked a question about transgenders going to a female's bathroom like a male. You know what I mean? There was something came up with that recently about a guy with the little girl was in the bathroom or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're not making it out that bathroom if I'm there, boss. Sorry.
and then you know what's the sad part? You'll go to jail for being transphobic and a hate crime.
Oh yeah.
No, I know that.
And I'm not saying, don't get me wrong, nobody twist or misconstrue what I am saying. I am not saying that somebody who is a different lifestyle deserves to be violated or violence perpetuated against them just because of their lifestyle. What I am saying is anybody who violates or is somewhere where they're not supposed to be and doing something they're not supposed to do, you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another article recently. This gentleman dressed up like a girl. He was a young dude, like in his 20s probably, in the women's bathroom. It looked terrible too, like just like a Halloween wig in jeans. And I'm like, dude, you stand out like a sore thumb. You're gonna get beat. But as far as the children are concerned, do you think children should be given not the pass, but the right to declare, hey, mommy, I know, you call me Rosemary, but my name is Robert. I'm a boy. Do you, Maria, as a mom, how would you handle that situation?
Depending on, how old is he? If he's older, if he's younger, it all depends,
6 or 7 years old.
That's tough.
I want to dress like a girl, mommy.
Pues, papi, no nacimos así. We didn't come, no nacimos así, mi amor. Tú te vas a vestir así. You're going to dress like this. Until he finds himself, he doesn't know nothing at 6 or 7. Nothing.
Right.
You're only I feel like you're getting taught in school by this. You're seeing this in school or TikTok or, social media, all this stuff now with these gadgets. I didn't have that growing up. I know y'all didn't have that growing up.
Definitely.
We were outside running around.
For sure.
The original Catch Me Outside.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It's just so crazy. Like, I like this now, or because this person likes this, or, it's just.
Well, it goes back to what we spoke earlier of followers and no leaders.
Yeah,
and
I would definitely have a sit down and talk to him and, and see how it goes as he grows. If he's still in that, I like men, then I'm going to have to accept it, because that's what he likes.
Right.
And that's my son, Pero until then, I'm going to teach him this is what it is.
Right. Sally
and even in I'm sure later on in life, if he says, Ma, he comes back to you, this is what I want to do, then you green light it because you'll be like, yo, my son, I love you. Right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I mean it's part of the
growth.
Yeah, growth. It's you love your children, you love your family members.
Regardless.
It is what it is. Like this, the point of to me with the trans was the fooling people. That's my biggest dilemma about it. I had no issue with trans.
Me neither.
Homosexual, gay, lesbian, none of that stuff, obviously.
But if you out here lying and fooling
you're deceiving people, you're fooling
people, I don't
people.
respect it.
Let me ask y'all a question. I got this one been not bugging me, but this one has been at the top of my list in trying to understand all of this. And it's more so towards trans because trans seems to be like a really, really not new.
Hot topic.
Exactly. Right. Make me understand how, and it's more, I'm going to say more for male because I'm a male, right? I don't understand the female mind in that, how they would see this. How does a male understand or know what it feels like to be a woman? How do you know? You were born male. I don't buy into that assigned at birth line because we're not made in a factory and they have to pull a label off and go, all right, we're assigning this one. No, you're born. They look at your genitalia, male, female. That's it. So how does a man know what it feels like to be a woman? You were not born a woman. How do you know? I know what I feel inside. Okay, explain it. How do you know?
Well, maybe they feel certain things that women portray, like their mother was this way, and I feel like I act that way, as far as like sensitivity or this or that. Maybe that is something that they feeling, and they express it this is how I'm going to express it in their life. You know what I mean? Like they feel certain, like, oh, mommy, damn, but mommy does this, mommy does that, and I feel that way too. So maybe that's how they're feeling. Like, all right, I'm more probably woman tendencies. I don't know. I mean, that's just me shooting off the top.
No, I could totally understand what you're saying. What about you, Maria?
Or maybe, they start trying out their mother's clothes and feeling like, oh, I feel like a woman. I feel this makes me feel good.
Mm.
You know?
See, I think children that are raised in certain households, like Sally alluded to, growing up around certain people, specific people, that you relate to certain mannerisms or become conditioned because of the environment you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But my question still remains: how do you know what it feels like to be a woman? All I'm hearing, and it's not to say anybody's wrong, but just think about it. My mother was sensitive. My mother was this. My mother was that. And it rubbed off on me. Still doesn't make you a woman. And how do you know what the hell she's going through? You don't know anything about being a woman. You don't know every 2 weeks out the month, you're going to go through a little hormonal imbalance. You're going to, go through the change. You don't know about the swelling in the breast. You don't know about the confusion you may have as a teenager. Sometimes you like girls, sometimes you like boy. You're a little confused. You don't know anything about that. So how do we understand? How do we arrive at the place of I'm a woman because I feel that way? I'm confused. Okay. I guess I stumped everybody.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man. Yeah. Dave Chappelle, another genius move that he made. He said that he found it very interesting that they say, I feel like a woman. So I said, well, what if I woke up Dave Chappelle and I said, I feel like I'm Chinese, and he starts speaking with this accent. He's like, this is how I feel inside. He's like, I don't understand. How the hell can, I can't make the connection, I guess is what he was saying. Excuse me. All right. So let's close out the show with this last topic. And this is kind of tough. This is something that's going to change the gears a lot. So I don't know if everybody has been living under a rock, but there was a gentleman that went to a protest from another state. He traveled with his mother, who brought his gun into another state and shot and killed 1 or 2 people.
Wow.
Now, this young boy, 17 years old, the judge in his case has ruled that the prosecution cannot call these people victims. Mind you, this man or these 2 men were killed by this kid who transported a firearm to another state so he can police and make sure that, nobody was looting, right? And now the judge in his case has determined that, you know what? You can't call them victims. You can call them arsonists or looters. Now, when it comes to legalese and dealing in legal jargon, words are everything. They mean everything. How is it that you arrive at you can't call these victims? I don't understand. Like, doesn't that play a serious issue or role in the case? Like, calling these people what they are. They were victims. They were shot by this kid. I don't understand that.
Well, that case is over. That lawyer has to say, I don't, we need another judge, because that case is over. He already has a premeditated thought on what those people are.
Mm-hmm.
Like that he's a judge. He's not there for that. That's why we have juries and stuff, right? Isn't that what trials are for?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Part of more of the justice system. This country is going to be run on Supreme Court and social media. That's going to be the future.
Yeah. I agree with that. What do you think about that, Maria? When it comes to court, when it comes to legal process, you know, words are everything. So what do you feel about that?
Court. I don't even want to go there.
Yeah.
They liars.
Yeah.
They put the wrong people away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to talk too much on here because
Yeah.
The statute of limitations haven't run out yet.
you know,
mm-hmm.
on that topic too, is like our skin color, right? So
I think that and Sally will probably agree or disagree with me. When it comes to the legal system, you know, justice is not blind in this country. Let's just be real. All right, let me speak for myself. I'm gonna be real. Justice is not blind in this country because the reality is it plays a part. O.J. Simpson went to trial, won, and people still were like, he did that shit.
That's what I mean.
Right?
Well, it's about the have and have nots.
Right. But most of the time, when you wind up in court and there's something on TV, what you see is a reflection of that. Because the haves in Kyle Rittenhouse against the have-nots who got killed, and they're being told you can't call them victims. I mean, they're telling us OJ did that shit, but when you saw the Rodney King video, you really didn't see what you thought you saw. Come on. You understand? They were beating the piss out of Rodney King. Were they not? We all saw it. No, you didn't see. He was on PCP, and you didn't see he was going after the officers. They had to do that to him.
With that's the same with George Floyd and everything. They put the drugs in. They mentioned drugs and all that right away. So we don't know what happened beforehand. There's always those, there's always those topics.
Right. So reality still stands. The justice system is not blind.
Nope.
Remember, what was the young kid's name from Florida? I see his face. He went and he bought Skittles and iced tea. And the guy followed
Zimmerman killed him.
Right. George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin. That guy wasn't even a cop. He was getting his ass whooped because a kid was being followed by a stranger. That's the situation, right? Trayvon Martin, a kid, because he was not an adult, was going home and a stranger was following him. And then he hid behind something. He sees the guy still, yo, what do you, he came out, yo, why are you following me? You weirdo, you're a weirdo, you're a stranger to me. You're not a cop, you're not dressed up as a cop, you don't have a badge, you're not saying, hey, I'm a cop, nothing. You're just a weirdo following me. And he probably got, we can't get the full story because Trayvon's dead. But what did they do to Trayvon? They assassinated his character from the minute that we found out about it. Oh, look at him. They were showing him a gold teeth. Oh, he went to jail he has a criminal record. He had burglary tools, But they left out the fact that George Zimmerman got put in jail for domestic violence multiple times. So justice system is not blind at all. And Kyle Rittenhouse is going to get off. Let's forget about the fact that he transported a firearm from one state to another, that he's a 17-year-old minor. I mean, at the end of the day, he's going to get off. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
Just like we're going to get off right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the show. I want to thank our special guest, Miss Maria Perez.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, Maria, let everybody know where your IG.
It's Moonbeam Healing Shop and Mari de Los Angeles _17.
And the last IG, which is Latina XS.
Doll SX.
Okay. Latina Doll XS. on
S.
IG.
SX.
SX. Oh,
Surprise, motherfucker.
go and check her out. She's sharing information about her journey and her mommy makeover, and it's a beautiful thing. So make sure you guys go over there and check her out. Miss Perez.
Self-love.
Yes, show the self, get all
Yes.
those products and support, man. All right,
For sure.
Miss Maria, we're gonna tuck you away and close out the show. All right.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh man. So next week, man. Next week, what you got lined up this week, so?
None. I spoke to somebody, but they're coming Monday,
Okay.
and I think this week I'm good. Yeah. So I'm taking the week off and just lining up, trying to get this Wednesday deal what we spoke of. Yeah, we gotta close that up.
Yes, sir. We do definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you check out Just the Tip with Sasson, airing sporadically. Follow the page. You'll see all the announcements. We'll be back next Wednesday, with another show with another great guest. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the channel for real people telling real stories. And so, what's up?
Have a safe Halloween, everyone.
Oh, yeah.
No hay trick or treat aquí. No hay trick or treat.
Be safe out there. Check your candy. And we'll see you next Wednesday. All right? We out.